So, whenever I want to lose my mind, I go on Twitter and I just have a look at what people have been saying about insert topic. And regarding MMA specifically, it's probably one of the more interesting things. Um, Here's an interesting one, and this is a prevailing opinion that I saw a lot of people going on about. Um, if you didn't know, Belal Muhammad pulled out of the fight against Shavkat because he had a pinky toe, which is ironic because he did make fun of Conor McGregor for pulling out of his fight because of his toe, and now he's doing this whole thing where like, oh, it's weird, it's weird. But the point is, Kamaru Usman's most likely gonna be the one fighting Shavkat. Now, just right off the bat, I'll let you know my personal opinion is this is perfectly fine. Kamaru Usman did a lot. He wouldn't be on a two-fight losing streak if he didn't take the Hamzat fight on short notice, and he did well enough where you're like, was that really a loss? I mean, really, it was a loss at 185. His last loss was to Leon, and it was like a majority decision. Do we actually think Kamaru Usman is on like this long decline? This isn't Volk getting knocked out by Islam and then getting knocked out by Topuria. That's not what happened. He got knocked out by Leon, fair play, in a fight he was winning. Then he lost a majority decision to Leon. And then he lost a unanimous decision to Hamzat at 185. Those are not bad losses. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Those are perfectly fine. So the point is, Kamaru Usman is probably going to end up being the one fighting Shavkat. But I saw a very prevailing opinion, which is JDM deserves it more. I don't get why people say that. Now, don't get me wrong. In terms of what I would like to see, I'm not married either way. If it's JDM, cool. If it's Usman, cool. Legacy-wise, I think Usman is far better for Hamzat than JDM will ever be, just because I think JDM isn't quite as good as people think he is. Now, in saying that, I want you to understand my personal bias is Shavkat. I actually really like him, and I think he's bound to be. By this time next year, he is the welterweight champion and he's already defended his belt. That's my opinion. I think that's probably what's going to happen. So I don't think JDM is this, oh my god, I can't wait to see him fight. It's like, alright, if he beats JDM, the narrative is going to switch to JDM was never that good, he beat a washed Burns, which people are already saying, by the way, that he beat a washed Gilbert Burns. I don't believe that. I think Gilbert is still good, and I think he was actually winning that fight before he got caught by the knee. Was it a lucky knee? I do 100% think it was. I mean, there was skill involved, as there always is. People have this weird misconception where they think, oh, so you're saying it didn't involve... No, I'm saying that it took a series of very unlikely events to lead to him getting that knockout. He was losing that fight. Just plain and simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. He didn't set up the fucking knee 2 rounds ago. He was getting out-grappled by Gilbert Burns. It's that simple. Happens to the best of us. There's no point in coping about it, you know? But yeah, people keep saying he deserves it more. I don't get it. Honestly, he doesn't deserve it more than Kamaru Usman. He beat Gilbert Burns in a fight he was losing. Usman did that like a decade ago. He already did that. A better version of Gilbert. So if that's what gets you a title shot, then shit. What's wrong with the Kamaru getting one? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think it's super weird how people are just deciding to start discrediting Kamaru Usman. And they do this a lot, by the way. This is MMA fans 101, where they just discredit any person they do not like. They just go off about how they were washed the second the person even has a bit of a hiccup. Look at Shavkat versus Jeff Neal. Shavkat outstruck Jeff Neal for 2 rounds. He was outstriking him in the 3rd one. He was gonna win that fight 30-27 against Jeff Neal, and then submitted him. But because he got rocked once by the hardest hitting boxer in the welterweight division. Oh shit, yeah, he got exposed. Really? Really? But then when you bring up, oh well, Jeff Neal beat Belal, it's like, oh, 1,000 years ago, bro. Yeah, like what? Okay, fair enough. But then don't make it seem like Jeff Neal isn't a good win. Don't make it seem like what he did wasn't insanely impressive. Ian Gary couldn't do that. He had to point strike his way to a split decision against Jeff Neal. In a fight, I thought Jeff Neal won, honestly. I watched that shit live with a bunch of people. We thought Jeff Neal won. I was looking at my parlays like, shit, yeah, no, never mind. But yeah, no, I thought 100% that Jeff Neal won. I'll take the split decision because it just proves how shit Ian Gary is. But let's not pretend as if Jeff Neal is just washed guy that just isn't good. He also weighed in 5 pounds overweight, which I'm like, all right, if the guy weighs in 5 pounds overweight and I can't take him down and you give me shit for it, even when the champion couldn't take him down, even though the guy's only been taken down, what, like 4 times in his entire UFC career and controlled for like 2 minutes max? I don't know what you want me to say at that point. So the point is, this is MMA Fans 101. They're gonna find a reason to whine and moan about everything. I've seen people say strip Belal, which is like, sheesh, dude. I get it, right? Like, I get you don't like Belal, you think he's boring, fair enough. I am of the opinion that as long as you like a fighter, their style doesn't really matter. As long as you like them. You can like a fighter because of their style, but 9 times out of 10, it doesn't matter how boring their style is. If you like them, you'll like watching them fight. Which is why you see Belal fans. No one actually likes the way he fights. They just like Belal. Which is fair, you know? What are you gonna say to that? Like, it's not a objective thing to like someone's style. It's subjective. So, you know, fair play. I don't think Belal should be stripped. That's insane. He just won, it's November. He just won in July, I think. So barely 5 months ago, and he was gonna defend it in December against Shavkat. He was gonna do it, which I actually commend him for. Even though I think he was gonna lose, it was still a really fucking goated thing to do. Leon Edwards would have never fucking done that, just so you know. So yeah, I just thought I'd share my opinion on this whole thing. Kamaru Usman deserves it 100%. This isn't a title shot, it's a title eliminator against Shavkat Rakhmonov. I'm sorry, they're not exactly handing it to him on a silver platter here. This is literally them throwing that meat into a pit of lions and going, go get it, champ. He's 37, by the way, or 36, I don't know, one of them two. Yeah, no, he's not. This isn't him being gifted anything. Plus, best case scenario for JDM, he comes back and Shavkat's champion, or he comes back and actually fights Sean Brady. I think that's the fight they should do. He should fight Sean Brady. They should do a title eliminator. Whoever wins the fight between Belal and Shavkat. Or if Kamaru wins, you know, Belal and Kamaru. If Kamaru wins, I think we just kind of have to throw our hands on the floor and go like, okay, really? We back here now. Like, I like Kamaru, but goddamn, I was so excited because we got so much good shit coming up at welterweight. We got Michael Morales, we've got JDM, we got Buckley, we've got Shavkat, we've got Gary. As much as I hate him, we got Protest coming up as well. We've got like a full list of new generation fighters that are just coming up that are gonna fill those spots, and I'm excited to see what they can do. I like Kamaru, like I said. I'm not the biggest fan of him being champion again. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I wouldn't love it. It would be nice, it would be good for his legacy, but I want to see something new. I want to see Shavkat up there. I want to see all these guys fight each other instead of clamoring to fight Kamaru. You know what I mean? I want to see Shavkat beat Gary. I want to see Sean Brady and JDM. I think that'll be a really good fight. I don't know who wins, to be honest with you. If the Gilbert Burns fight was anything to go off, I think Sean Brady's pretty much got this. But who knows? JDM could quite realistically win that fight. So yeah, I just thought I'd go over some nonsense I saw on Twitter. So basically anything you see on Twitter. Yeah, peace out.